Taylor Cock here for Esports Weekly with Coca-Cola. I'm here at IM San Jose, standing right next to CLG support Aphromoo. How are you doing today, sir? Congratulations on your victory.
Hey guys, I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm not too shabby, you know, hanging in there, doing the thing. So I really want to talk to you about the new team members that you guys have brought on now. Obviously, you guys just won your first match against Unicorns of Love. How do you think the new guys did for the squad this time around?
Obviously, coming in with new talent, they have to get acclimated to the environment as well as the game plan. So currently on CLG, we obviously have our 3 core members from last season, Darshan, Smithy, and myself. So our game plan, pretty similar, and having new talent with pretty high mechanics, which is what we look for in a good mentality, will allow us to push ourselves, even further than what we did last year. And them coming in at this tournament currently, they did pretty well. Not as good as they did in their scrims, so they have a little bit more to look forward to. Pretty sure they were a little nervous, I could tell based on talking to them and stuff like that. But all in all, the other 3 members on the team, including myself, tried to make them have as much fun as possible and show them, it's not any different from the scrim environment.
And as a veteran leader of the team, how do you get them to that mentality? How do you make sure that they're calm, collected, ready to go?
Honestly, they have most of those attributes by themselves, but I don't think they focus on it as much as we do as veterans. So usually young players will get hyped up or, get really emotional if they mess up. Oh, God, what if someone thinks of me this way and stuff like that. But we have 3 players that are there to counteract those tendencies that young players usually do, and then they fail early on in their career. So, they do have a good infrastructure as well, coaching-wise, to be there to support them. And I think, there's a little bumps in the road during our games, but other than that, I couldn't be more proud of them.
What are some of those? Have you guys made some changes in the background among the coaching staff? Has there been like a mentality shift or even staffing changes? What's been going on behind the scenes?
Excuse me. I think we got rid of most of the negativities within our organization that would, prevent us from moving in one direction. So like we would stop and then have to go somewhere else off the tracks that we want to be on. So we moved Tony to head coach, and Chris is no longer with us, which is, unfortunate. He did really well with his time in CLG. And Tony's going to look to get a secondary coach for him to work under him and do team emotional balance or something like that with us, make sure everyone cooperates and spends time with each other, etc. And then we have a lot more analysts than before. I think we have 4 this time around instead of 1. So it's really ridiculous. They helped us with our runes, our warding coming into IEM especially. And now that we do have this infrastructure in place, it's a lot easier to not worry about certain aspects of the game.
So going forward, especially after winning at Madison Square Garden last year, how do you guys deal with the expectations of, CLG now has a winning record in a grand final in North America. How do you deal with sort of the expectations of the growth period with CLG, making sure that these players that you're bringing in are getting adapted? Like, what mentality are you taking in order to deal with that?
The mentality we're taking to foster our young talent is to just make sure the number one thing is that they enjoy playing the game as well as they have a lot of fun. So as long as you have those 2 key points checkmarked, green lighted, the other stuff just falls into place, and you can talk about it, whether you constructively criticize them, etc. So mentality is definitely just about being better people. So it's not like you want to trash them and be like, oh, you should have done this other better. You don't really look at mechanical misplays because obviously the person knows they messed up and stuff like that. So really it's always about macro, and then micro is very important. That's like one-on-one or 3 people in a conversation, whether it be like Huhi and Darshan do specific 1v1s versus each other because they're solo lanes, and then I talk to Stixay myself so that he can understand bottom lane a little better and I can put him in the right places at the right time. So our new players definitely have a lot of reliability in everyone on CLG.
So finally, Darshan changed his name from Zion Spartan. Yeah. How much was that you screaming Darshan at him in scrims?
Well, Smithy started the Darshan sequence of yelling, I'm pretty sure. and he just would randomly scream Darshan when he would mess up a 1v1 all in. I think it started in our ranked 5s, the first one we did with Link Doublelift back on the roster. So then everyone just caught on, and every time Darshan messed up, we would just start yelling. So I think the past year we had told him, yeah, man, we just call you Darshan anyway. He's like, you should probably just change your name. And then by the end of the year, he grew to start liking it. Everyone calls him Darshan, and he really likes to be unique in a sense, and that he's very social. And Zion Spartan, he doesn't really like the meme used all the time because we use it against him a lot. So, so he changed it to Darshan, and I just think it fits better for him.
All right, Aphro, thank you so much for talking to us. For more from IEM San Jose, keep it locked right here to IGN.